Yeah. Are you able to see my screen?
Right. Yes.
All right, great. Yeah. So, guys, welcome to Embedded Automotive Testing. Before I start or get into the complete agenda, I would like to know do we have any people who are from a different languages, or anybody or all of you can understand Telugu? I cannot see hands ups actually. If Prashant can help me so that I can. Okay, great. Okay, yes, somebody hands up. I'm assuming like most of you guys are from Telugu background, or do you want me to explain in English? Any specifications?
Hi Kirtana.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, I don't know Telugu.
Okay, fine then. So let's continue in English only. Prashant, hope that is okay, right?
Yes, Kirtana. You
Okay,
can.
great.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, guys, like before that, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Kirtana. Basically, I used to work in India previously in Mercedes Benz as a technical lead, but I have moved to UK 2 years ago, and then I'm working here in a reputed organization and UK only. So today I would be taking you through the technical aspects of this course which WebTech is conducting, and it would be an interesting thing. So let's make it interactive. And followed by that, this is the agenda. I would be, as I've told, I have introduced myself and short intro demos I would be showing, and then how automotive industry would be, what exactly is testing means, how we perform, how is WebTech would fit you into this automotive embedded systems testing, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's get started with the video first, and then followed by what is automotive, what is hardware, what is software. All right. And if you have any further questions, you can stop there, like if it is a technical queries, so that I can address. Give me a moment. Yeah. Are you able to see this window, the video which I am playing?
Kirtana, no.
Sorry. Yes, Prashant.
Share your entire screen.
Oh, yeah. All
Only
right.
page is visible actually. Yeah, you can reshare.
I will just, thanks, Prashant. I will just stop it.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
It is visible now.
Okay. Okay, guys. So, what did you understand from this video? Any guesses or okay? Before that, I'm on full volume. Are you able to hear me properly?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. So, did you understand anything from the video? The whole agenda of playing this video is like how far we have achieved in automotive domain or car industry. Now let me tell you what exactly is an automotive industry is. Okay, and then how I can integrate it with an embedded. Okay, before I go on to automotive, I will explain you what exactly is embedded mean. Okay, so you have a hardware and wherein you have multiple components onto it, which is integrated onto a system. Now consider this car. Okay. Now everyone is fascinated to the car, isn't it? So everybody is interested in driving, more or less. Most of you might be having car already, or some of you might be already driving in, or the or so on, right? So if you observe, you have various components which would be operating. For example, you have a display car, you have airbags in your car, you have steering your car also. So how do you think these are getting operated basically? Any idea? Any guess? Yes. I guess, can you please be active?
Your voice is not clear.
Sorry.
Your voice is not clear.
It is not clear.
Oh, my voice is not clear. I don't know. I'm on full volume. Mm.
Volume
Prashant,
is
can you hear me properly?
yeah, but some
How we are
distance
able
is
to
there.
hear you properly? It was not clear before.
Okay, now is it properly audible?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes. Go ahead.
Okay, fine. So, guys, what I mean to say is you have a hardware in your car which is integrated completely. So it's not one hardware or two hardwares which you are imagining. Okay. So whatever I'm pointing here out, so more than that, there would be a components in your car which are integrated into a single unit. Okay. Now, when I say automotive, what exactly is an automotive does? Automotive is nothing but somebody who builds cars, trucks, or vans. Okay, all such come under into an automotive. Now, what we do basically, WebTech, will integrate both this automotive embedded into a single unit. And how are we gonna test this particular, hardwares or the components which are being utilized in the car will get tested. So that is the whole point of series here. And now, where exactly is this embedded system fits into, if not it is into automotive? Like I'm showing in this image, I'm just making it to a little bigger. If you see, this is a display. You have a watch, you have,
Hello.
Walkmans,
Yeah,
or
Kirtana. Sorry,
yeah,
Kirtana,
can
your
you hear?
voice is not audible. Yeah, your voice is not audible. Some glitch is there.
Um, okay, can I rejoin it? Maybe that, if that helps,
Yeah, it's fine.
Prashant.
Yes, Kirtan, I can reach on.
All right, 1 second. Yeah, able to see now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Great. Yeah. So now I was just giving you some examples of embedded systems here. If it is not only automotive domain, where exactly we fit the embedded this embedded concept into different domains. That is, it could be smartwatches you are seeing these days, or traffic lights, or in the medical equipments, or in your mobile phones, and whatnot. Actually, everywhere embedded systems is embedded. Embedded is nothing but a hardware which is interacting with any software. Okay, so that is not preferably with your cars as well, it can be with anything. So that is a whole picture of embedded system, but that is not the interest of our topic today. The interest of our topic today is with automotive systems. Now what automotive is, like I said, it can be a car, it can be a truck, or it can be a van or anything. Okay, now upon completing this course, whatever the webtech is providing, where do you see yourself? Now that I'm gonna tell you. So we have different types of automotive companies. Okay, OEMs in the sense original equipment manufacturer. So these organizations basically manufacture the entire car, and the examples are like Mercedes Benz or Jaguar and Land Rover, Aston Martin, Hyundai, Porsche, or so many others are there, And what does a tier 1, 2, 3 comes into? So for all the original equipment manufacturers, they cannot manufacture everything. Okay. When I say they cannot manufacture everything, you have something with respect to, parts like doors, paintings, sensors, right? So a car is nothing but a giant thing wherein it requires many components inside it. So anybody um who are manufacturing cannot do by themselves everything. So that is the reason there are tier 1, 2, 3 organizations into picture, which will basically supply ECUs. I will come to you what exactly ECU means. Okay, basically a hardware or whatever a car basically needs, everything would be supplied by this tier 1, 2, 3 organizations. Okay, now there are, I'll tell you the examples of tier 1. Like you have Hyundai Mobis, that is one of the example. So what does the Hyundai Mobis does? It actually supplies the parts to Hyundai, and you have Continental, you have Robert Bosch. So all these are the tier 1, 2, 3 companies. These are the product based organizations. They particularly manufacture a certain product, and they give it to the OEMs for the integration basically. Okay, now who are the services? Services are somebody who would provide a general services like testing or code development or anything which is related to an automotive industry. Okay, is it clear until here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now, I have used a terminology called ECU. Okay, in the automotive companies, whatever hardware, the word hardware we are talking, so everything is integrated inside a car is said to be a ECU. ECU is nothing but it's a component basically. So the one which I am showing here, right? So this is like a heart of any car with respect to the functionality it is doing. Okay, functionality, when I say, each ECU will does a certain operation. Okay, you have a certain module called airbag unit. What exactly it does? Basically airbag unit will monitor everything which is with respect to the airbags. Now when you have a security threat, when some crash has happened, how does the airbag should behave? That would be decided by the ECU of an airbag unit. Okay, so that is the ECU. So remember this term ECU. Okay, now I'll just move on. So this is a list of organizations or the car OEMs which you have. So it's not a small thing, guys. So you have various cars which you are even imagining. Okay, you might be seeing in the Indian roads, those are less actually. If you see in entire world, there are many number of car manufacturers whom we are actually working with. So when I say we, services and tier ones, okay, you will not even imagine. So such many organizations are there, such many OEMs are there. Okay, why am I telling this? I'll tell you that later. Okay, there are many. So you remember this word, there are many. Now, so these are the typical car with different ECU components I have mentioned, but I do not want to get into the details of this. Okay. Yeah, so this is a basic car structure. I have shown a very basic high level, ECUs here, which is present in the car. For example, airbag control unit. You have something related to, display, whichever you are seeing in your car. For that, there is an infotainment unit. You have locks, windows, lights inside your car or exterior to your car. So that is being maintained by body control unit. And you have somebody who is trying to open and then trying to restart your engine from outside. So that is anti-theft. That is means it will give you an alarm. Okay. Now you have engine in the previously. Now it's all EV. So it would be replaced by a battery. If it is an normal cars where you are seeing with an engine, that will have an engine control unit. Okay, so like that you have different kind of ECUs in a particular car which will do or perform a particular operation. All right. Now let's understand the testing concepts now, so that you will understand where exactly we fit in. Okay, for that again I will show you one video, but let me know if I am breaking or if you see any discrepancies in my voice. Please do acknowledge it. I will talk to Prashant and then I will see. Okay. Okay, so did you see this video, guys? So what the person has done, the person has just pressed a knob where he hold a key in his hands, and then he straight away went near the car, and something has come out, and then he just pulled the door and entered inside a car. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Now how do you think that has happened? Now what exactly is communicating between the key and the car? I hope my screen is visible, my paint window is visible, we are aligned, right?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now he has a key, he has a car, and he pressed this key, and then directly the car has opened. He was able to open the door and sit inside a car. How do you think that happened? Okay, let me explain you. um, okay, basically, okay. So this one, oh my god. Okay. I'll just try to use this airbrush. It is white. Okay, I'll just use the color. So this one, whichever you are seeing, right? The key one, basically the key component, it is a hardware. Okay, you try to correlate. It is a hardware which you are physically able to hold it in your hand, and the car is another hardware again. So there is an ECU. There is something which is referring with respect to this ECU inside this key, through which it is sending the signal to this unit, upon which your door is able to open, and then you are able to enter inside the car. Now, how is it communicating from this unit to this unit? That is because you have a piece of code here, you have a piece of code here, and that is via this hardware, this software or the code which you have written is working like an instruction. Okay, when I say code nothing but it is a set of instructions. Yes or no? Anybody from a non-programming background, maybe you can try to correlate. Code is nothing but, or a program is nothing but a set of instructions. Now whatever language I am using, English, for communication, that means I am doing some instructions where you are trying to understand. That means you are decoding it, right? That is because you also know English. I am also talking English. You are able to understand because you know English. Similarly, there is a set of instruction by which this unit is passing to this unit. This unit is able to decode it and then try to work together. Okay? Is it easy to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now you might be wondering, oh my God, she's talking all about the program, and now I'm not here to code anything or I'm not here to write any program. Don't worry. Hold on. Okay. We are just talking about how, when you press a key, you are able to enter a car. That's all. Okay. Do not worry about the programming. You don't need to write anything. Now, do not lose the interest when I talk about program. Okay. Let's come back to the topic now. So that was about like what exactly or how exactly the hardware to hardware communication is happening. That is with a medium of instructions. Like I said, how we are talking about the English language. Okay. Now what I'm gonna cover you in this next series is what exactly is the testing, why exactly are we performing, what are the strategies and what is the process we follow, what exactly the tools which are involved, how webtech will help you and where exactly webtech will fit you in, and so on, all the details. Okay, now what is testing? Now you imagine you have a car. I've shown you the video. Okay, the video, the first video or the second video, whichever I have shown you. How many years do you think the car will be able to, some OEM will be able to manufacture it? How long will it take, you think? Any guesses?
8 months.
8 months. Wow. Okay. Any other guesses, please? Okay. Let me give you a real time example where I am working in. Okay. Now, since 2 years, I am working on a single car and it's not yet released in the market. Okay. Since 2 years, I am working on the same car. Now, can you guess? Okay, guys, I don't want to trouble you. So, minimum of 4 years to 7 years it will take to manufacture and release a car into the market. Now, imagine how many components would be involved in it and how much testing will happen on that particular car, and what analysis they do before releasing a car into the market, because it's not a small thing. It's a security it's a security thing. Basically, if a car is not properly working, then what will happen? You will lose somebody's life, isn't it? It's not the development which actually is needed to take time, it is the testing which is most required. When I say testing, I say something or I give some requirement and a code or a developer develops it, but it is not actually working what I'm expected. For example, take your phone. Okay, you might having Android or Apple phones or anything. Okay, and then now you open an application and if it is not properly working, will you be pissed off or not? Yes or
Yes,
no?
ma'am. Yes.
Yes. And if the phone is lagging, even after the software update, and all the applications which you're trying to open, it is not opening, you would be like, so irritated, like why this phone is behaving like that and how this phone maker has produced it and all. But still, that is not a security threat for you, right? Because you are safe and your phone is in your hands. Similarly, imagine the battery in your phone has exploded. Now, what will happen? Isn't it a serious issue?
Yes,
It
it
would be.
is.
Yeah. Similarly, a car, it's a very big entity you're trying to drive without testing. And now I go, my brake is not properly working. I go hit somebody, he died, I will also die. And then who is responsible for that? The one who drove, or the person who supplied the brake, or the OEM who manufactured the car?
The
In fact,
OEM.
everybody is involved, right? So everybody's life would be in stake. The OEM, the part supplier, the person who drove, and the person who was in front of the person who was driving, right? So for that reason, testing is a very, very important phase in life. It could be in automotive, it could be a phone, or it could be a software or anything. Okay, so basically whatever software has written, we are trying to evaluate that software, whether it is properly working fine or not, whether it is meeting the requirements or not, and the functionality which has to be uh, present, is it properly working or not. Okay, so by this, what exactly we are trying to convey? So it is so important because we are ensuring the quality is very fine and the product is very reliable. Okay, and how much defects are we getting in the development process, whether we are addressing the issues after we deliver car. When I say car, I'm specifically using car because our whole course is intended to work in the automotive industry. Okay, so whether we are evaluating the bugs before we release a car or after releasing a car, imagine something has failed. I have an airbag unit and it was not properly worked, and I have sold you the car. And later, you crashed it and airbag did not open. Now, at that point of time, After the crash, I try to figure out that there was a bug in the software. How do you think it will happen? Isn't it so, disturbing because it is affecting my cost and also the reputation of my company? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So somebody will go say, for example, a Hyundai car or any other car, Porsche car, the airbag did not open. Recently, an incident has happened with a Mercedes also, like wherein airbag was not deployed. So much a big case has happened, right? So such things will happen which will damage the reputation of the company. That is the reason, testing is very, very important. And if you're not doing this testing thoroughly, obviously customer will not have a positive experience, right? So for that also, to enhance the customer satisfaction, to bring a positive experience to the users, we are doing this testing. Understood? Now I'll show you a quick another video. Bear with me. So why this video? What do you understand? So basically, somebody has tested the airbag very properly. That is the reason when a crash with a great force has happened onto this force, there was a trigger to the airbag from the airbag unit, and then the airbag got deployed. With that, the person who was driving was safe and sound in condition, even though a major crash has happened. Did you get that?
Yes.
Yeah. So the importance of testing is, what if I miss testing that particular part of airbag unit before I release into the market? Will the person would be saved because there was a major crash? No, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, guys, are you following what I'm explaining? Or you have any queries until now?
No, ma'am. Everything is clear.
Clear, great. So now I'm going to explain you what exactly the software testing strategies are. When I say strategies, that means the methods of software testing. Okay. Yeah. So you have a manual testing, automated, black box, white box, gray box. So these are the different combinations of testing you have. Okay. Where we will fit you again, I will come to the topic later. Okay. So just remember that you have a different types of testing where where is like human is touching something. For example, you have a display in your car or you have a phone in your hand. Now I am doing a manual testing. That means I am trying to open each application and then trying to check if that fits fine or not. Okay. Now what is meant by automated testing? You have certain tools where you will have to write some scripts, and then you trigger that script from a tool, and then automatically the test case will run in the background and give you the reports. Okay. Now, there is something called black box testing. What exactly? So, the tester, like us, they will not know what exactly the internal structure of that particular system is. We just give the input and we just check if the output is proper or not. A fair example I can tell you, all of us are black box testers, all of us, including me. Why I'm saying this? Because all of us are holding phones, and all of us, not all of us, most of us can drive the car. Okay, let me give you an example. When you try to open a calculator application in your phone, what you will do? Phone is a black box thing for you. You don't know how the code is written inside the phone. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
What you will do, you will just unlock the screen. That is one instruction. And then you try to open the calculator application. You click on the application and you will see whether you are able to see that window or the GUI of a calculator application. That's it. That is black box testing. But do you ever think, how is it happening inside? Like when you unlock your phone, what exactly is happening? when you or try to click on the calculator, what exactly is happening? That is wherein the software comes into picture. Your phone is an hardware, right? So you have a in the background software. Similarly, car is a hardware. Inside that you have so many number of ECUs, okay, and that ECUs hold different softwares. So when you try to open an application, say Google Maps in your car screen, you click on the screen, you tap on the Google Maps application, and then it will give you a GUI with the maps, right? So that is how the black box testing works. When you have white box testing, where you will know the internals. When I say internals, the particular tester will have a knowledge of what exactly the software written. Okay, so these are the different types of software testing strategies. So what exactly I want to conclude so far, like whatever I explained till now, is basically testing is a very crucial phase in any software development life cycles. Okay, because you have to have a high quality of product, high reliable product, you have to meet all the user expectations and all, and it should be a safe kind of environment when you are giving or releasing the product into the market. Okay, now who is exactly a tester? What does they do? Like I've explained, we are all testers. We are all doing that job every day. It could be with anything. So you just correlate yourself with what activity you are doing every day. You're turning on your TV, you're trying to open an application, right? You're trying to touch something in your car, you're trying to restart your car. Okay? So all these are things. So we are kind of a detectives. There is a mystery called software, and we are trying to solve that mystery. How? By acting like a detective. Got it? Now, where do we, WebTech, fit you guys? So there are different level of testings, guys. Like right from where the user gathers the requirement, what is the specification of the software? How do we, for example, I can give you a car example. Okay, we want to produce some car. We, in the sense, the OEM wanna produce some car. So for that, they will all gather the requirements first, how the car design should be and all, and then what specification of software should be and all they would be designing. And first of all, they will make a very high level design, like how the car should look like, what all it should include and all. And then a low level design, that means what you will have, what components to be integrated, what components we should include in this, what ECUs or what features we should include. So everything comes into picture. Okay, after that only coding will start. Okay, and then all these are like kind of parallel things. So when you have a user requirement, you will start seeing the acceptance testing, and you have a software specification, system testing will be started. So similarly, you have different steps here in a V model. Okay, now where we WebTech fit you in the system testing. Okay, system testing, in the sense I will come to that. So this is where you guys will be fitted after completion of this course. Okay, now in that also there are two different types of testings, like functional and non-functional. Okay, and one second, I'll just skip few because that is not needed. Yeah. So when I was talking specifically about the system testing, there is something called HIL, which I have not taken the name till now purposefully. Okay, HIL is nothing but hardware in loop. You were listening the term called hardware every time, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now there is something called hardware in loop. You are seeing this big thing, big birwa kind of thing or a cupboard kind of thing. So this is nothing but a hardware in loop system. Okay. Now you have a computer, you have this ECU, wherein component under test, where you will flash the code inside this ECU, and this would be fit onto this hardware somewhere. They will place it, and from here, this computer, you would be accessing this hardware. Wouldn't be that? Wouldn't be interesting for you guys, like how it happens? Have you
Yes,
ever thought when you are driving a car, like how does it run? When you tap something it will work, or when you do something, when you just press the button your window will open, when you press the button your door will open. Have you ever thought like how it is working? That only you would be doing here as part of system testing. It's very very interesting concept. So you would be lively seeing it in the system. You press something and some action in the background of this cupboard kind of thing, hardware in loop happens, and you will be able to see it in your computer. That's the interesting part of hardware in loop testing. Okay. So for example, I can say just now I was showing you keyless like entry with you press the knob and the door was opened. Yes or no? So now what we as a hill tester, if we are testing that particular model, we will fail it, we will pass it, we will exactly check how the functionality is working in. Okay, now I'll take you to a real-time lab. So this is a laboratory picture, okay, wherein the backside 1D space you're seeing, right? That is one of the tool, hardware in loop. You have a machines here, computers, where your required tools would be installed. All your hardware would be part of this D space. You would be sitting here in front of the computer and clicking some things for the testing, and you would be observing the outputs. As simple as that. Okay. Now you might be thinking what tools I would be using. Okay, this is one of the tool, DSpace tool, automation desk, that is called. Okay, from here, what exactly you do, you would be building. I will not be able to show you the demo. That can be taken once you opt for the course. This is just a a screenshot I'm posting. So this is one screenshot from a tool of DSpace, wherein you would be testing. Okay, you give the inputs and then you would be observing the outputs. Okay, similarly, this is a Cano tool. Again, I'll come to CAPL. So this is a Cano tool where you will have to write the test cases in CAPL, and then you would be integrating this Cano into this DSpace tool and then checking the outputs. Now, do not worry. In every organization, it would be different. Not specifically you will have to develop everything. When I say develop, you'll have to create this images, you'll have to create this kind of background things and all. So that depends on the environment you are working on. Okay, so do not panic seeing these images. Since you have no background, it might be a new thing for you, but once you learn, trust me, it would be deadly easy. Okay, now what are the phases of testing? What is a cycle basically? So we as a tester uh, gather the requirements first. Requirement in the sense, for example, you want to test a key. You press it and then check if the door is opening or not. Now you might be asking, like, Kirtana, in the hill system, I don't find any door only. How will I able to check it? Have you ever got this doubt while I'm explaining you?
No, no.
Yes. No. Okay, great. If it is not no, that's fine. You have a hardware. You need not have everything in your hands. So you cannot have a car for testing, right? If I am creating a car for testing for every ECU, then the OEM would be in loss. So what exactly they do? They will set up this kind of hardware in loop systems, okay, and then they will do all the testings which is required. They will gather the requirements, do the requirement analysis, plan what type of testing I will have to do, whether I need to go for a hill testing or a integration testing or a vehicle testing or so, and based on that we would be developing the test case, and then we would be setting the environment. I am specifically talking about the hill, so I would set up all this environment in DSpace and also in Canoe, what exactly I need to write, and then I will go to, after I return like environment setup and test case development, I go execute the test case and then I will just close the test cycle. Understood? Did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there are two things. I don't want to go with the slides and like go read the definitions here. Let me explain you in simple terms. So you have two things, V and V. This is very important for interview purpose. Okay. People might be asking what exactly is the difference between verification and validation in your interviews. After like you complete this course and then you go for interviews. Of course, we do prepare you for the interviews, but remember this would be one of the important question for you. What exactly is the definition? Verification and validation. So verification is nothing but like you have a requirements and then you are testing upon that requirements. So that means we are verifying against the requirements. Yes. And what is validation? Like I am as a user, I have brought a Hyundai car, for example, I had some expectation, and whether that expectation did it was reached or not. So you basically do a user acceptance test, whether the product is according to the user or not. So that is called a validation. I hope I'm clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Now, in the test development process, so we have talked here test case development, right? This red color part. So, in that part, I would like to give you more insights. So, after upon completion of this course, of course, you will have to put efforts, guys. After this course, I will maybe after this demo, I would be telling you few more important things after the slides. So, as part of the test case development, you will do the requirement analysis, you would do the test case writing, and then there would your test cases would be reviewed by your peers or your colleagues, and then you would automate it if it is required, if you're going for an automation testing, and then execute them, and then repeat the same thing, and then release the product. When I say the testing product, okay. So what exactly tools or steps involved? So when I come to the tools, you will be given the inputs here upon for the requirement analysis called software requirement documents or software architecture design documents and all. That would be in English language only, very understandable language. So you will understand that, you will read it, and upon that you will be acting. And for testing, you will have a tools called Polyspace, Vectorcast, Proof Tech, DSpace, and so on. Many more tools are there. And for software has to be flashed onto the hardware. You will have Inca, you have Kano, so on. Okay, so that and all details would be going forward. Like once you join the course, you would be understanding in detail very well. Now you might be asking, Kirtana, after I do course, it is like a software testing only. How do you say that there is a job security for us? Because there is a lot of cost cutting is happening, headcount are decreasing. Okay, now let me show you an analysis. Okay, somebody has hands up. Sorry, I was not noticing it. You have any question? Yashashwini.
Kirtana,
Yeah.
could you please share this PPT, PPT one to chat?
Yeah, definitely. After after the demo, Prashant would be sharing.
Okay. Uh,
Okay.
do you have any other PPTs, Kirtana?
What do you mean by any other PPTs?
It's regarding this embedded testing. Do you have any PDFs or PPTs?
No, whatever I have prepared that can be shared. It has all the useful links and demo videos also, whichever I am interacting with you. Okay, fine. So if you see here, from 2005, the jobs only simply considering battery management hardware in loop. So battery management system is one of the hardware. So for that, we are doing the hardware in loop testing. The market size, how it is, how much it is growing and all. So there are vast number of jobs I can say, because testing for hardware in loop, it will not go down anytime in the market, even the artificial intelligence comes or whatever comes. Okay, because artificial intelligence cannot sit in front of hardware. So what I was telling. So trust me, yeah, there are lot of jobs in the market with respect to embedded hill testing, and it is evergreen, I can say. I literally hold more than 12 years of experience into the same domain. So I'm working since then, and there is no issue so far. Okay. So this was about it. And there is something called ISTQB, but this is an additional part of information I can say, wherein once you gain an experience of 1 to 2 years, you can start focusing to expand your skill set to do this course. It is an external course. We will help you for the preparation and all, but it is up to you guys. Now, overall, like a conclusion, I would like to say we would be providing the topics for you. So this is the entire course structure. Maybe Prashant can take it later. But upon this course, it is not only with the web tech, it is with you guys also, who has to work with yourself. Okay, with yourself, when I say work with self, to understand this, to fit yourself into this testing, because there is no coding here. There are some optional things, C basics, Python, everything. You have no coding here. If you're not interested in coding, that is also fine. You can go for a hill testing without any hesitation, for which there is a great demand in the market right now. Okay, for that you will have to do a mandatory 2 projects along with that. So when I say project, I was showing you certain videos, right? Airbag or a smart key one and all. So you will have to understand that concepts internally, like how they are exactly working. Now what kind of testing you would be doing with those modules, with whatever the listed modules and so on. So 90% knowledge we can give you, but effort wise you will have to put on with yourself in order to learn. So for example, the course, in this course, like every day we would be teaching you per hour, right? After an hour, what you would be doing, you will have to recollect, you'll have to revise, you'll have to work steady hard in order to get into the interviews. Okay, now even if I have a great reference for you, I might be taking an interview for you, for example, and if you're not answering anything, then how would somebody will have that confidence that, okay, if I'm placing this candidate, he would be working. So that confidence you will have to get by yourself. Topic wise, trust me, like you will be teach with the best tutors, okay, with the best subject knowledge. So that, no doubt in that. Okay, so with this I'm almost concluding the topic.